Hello guys, it's Leah here again, bringing you another shoe review, this time for the Demonia Cramps-202. I bought these shoes from berserk.com.au for 155 Australian dollars. These shoes are a black vegan leather. I'm pretty sure that they have an EVA foam base wrapped in the black vegan leather with a rubber base for tread and grip. These shoes look heavier than what they actually are. I wouldn't say that they're that heavy, which is what leads me to believe that they are made out of the EVA foam. I got mine in a US size 10. I believe this is true to size. I went off the Demonia size chart on their website and I didn't have any issues. These shoes have a heel of 6.5 inches or 16.5 centimeters. This includes the rubber base. There is a platform of 3.15 inches or 8 centimeters. This also includes the rubber base. All up, that equals a 3.35 inch slope or 8.5 centimeters. Now, if you watched my Cramps-202 review, you might have noticed that I said the size of the heel's a little bit different to what they say on the website, and that is the same for this design as well. It has the same sole, like the Cramps sole. It is also slightly larger than most of the websites say that it is. The toe box of this shoe is quite normal. I wouldn't say they're pointed, but I wouldn't say they're rounded. They're just cruising in the middle somewhere. I wouldn't say these shoes have much interior comfort. There's not much breathability and there's not much padding on the sole. You get that general Demonia insole where it's just a tiny thin bit of squishy material, but it's nothing overly comfortable, I'd say. The thing that makes these shoes interesting is that they have a hook and eyelet combination when it comes to lacing of the boot. You have 7 hooks and 5 eyelet rivets. The first 4 rows of laces are the eyelet rivets, and then it has 7 hook rivets and then 1 eyelet rivet right at the top. They come with round cord laces, and there's also a zipper on the inside of the boot to make it a little bit easier to get on and off. It also has 2 calf straps. Now, this is the interesting part about this shoe. One of them just wraps around the top of the shoe and the other one's a little bit more interesting. It loops through the tongue and you wrap it around just above the boot, so it kind of creates the illusion that the boot is actually longer than it is, which I find kind of interesting. It also holds the tongue in place very well. I think it adds a lot of comfort to the shoe actually. If you wanted to, you could also take that strap out, fold the tongue down and just have it shorter. Obviously you're going to have a little ground feel with these shoes as they are quite chunky and blocky, but they do have an excellent ridge sole which helps prevent you from tipping too far forward. The soles are just attached with an adhesive by the looks of it. I view this style as a somewhat feminine take on a Gothic fetishy military style shoe. Do I think they're worth $155? Yes, they are quite unique when it comes to the actual design of the boot. I haven't seen many shoes do the whole strap the tongue down to your calf thing. That's interesting, and I didn't think I'd like it, but I actually really do now. So what do I actually like about this shoe? Well, it holds your foot in a lot better than the other Cramps that I have. It's a lot more adjustable and they feel a lot more sturdy, but still they're not an everyday shoe because the platform is quite large, and if you're going to be walking on uneven ground you have to be very careful, because even though you do have some ankle support, it's still not going to stop you from wobbling on uneven ground. The hook rivets for the laces have their pros and cons. Like, you can lace them up very quickly. One of the most annoying things about this pair of shoes is when it comes to storage. As soon as you take them off, the shoelaces undo themselves, so every single time you want to wear them you find yourself having to redo the shoelaces, so that's one of the downsides to having the hook rivets, but at least they're a lot quicker to lace up than most other shoes. There's no notable discomforts with this shoe either while you're walking around because it molds to your feet quite easily. The only issue is the fact that it is so big. You feel so far off the ground when you wear these. So I do recommend not just, having them as an everyday shoe. They're more of a, you gotta plan to wear them kind of shoe. You can't just walk around the park in them. The walkability with these shoes is quite good. Since they do have quite a sloped front, it doesn't make them quite clumpy like a lot of other large heel and platform shoes. And the ridges do help you from not face planting on the ground, but they won't exactly stop you. So if you have too much momentum, you might just end up on your face. Thank you so much for watching my shoe review. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.